All right, guys, welcome back to Pilates Strong. My name is Lorene. We're going to do some pre and post pickleball stretches. I've got a yoga strap. You can use a towel. I've got yoga balls. If you don't have yoga balls, something like this will work, or foam roller with nubs on it. This is just to kind of help you massage some of the fascia. Be careful though if it is a weight. I've got a 2-pound. 1-pounders are good as well. All right, I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet here. It's going to be kind of tough because you don't want to rush through your pre and post pickleball workout stretches. And I found a lot of people who are now playing are basically just like, they haven't really been doing a lot, and then they go out there and then they're getting injured because they're they're just not warming up and they haven't maybe been working out as much. Go ahead and put the strap or the towel on the kind of the midfoot. Lay back. The easier way with this, guys, is to have both knees bent a little bit, but I want you to try to work yourself into a straight leg on the right side over time. And you're going to bend and stretch that leg a few times and just kind of let that naturally open up. So, a lot of times it's like, pickleball seems like a fairly easy sport, but it's actually extremely dynamic. And so people are going to go, side to side and running, and it's on a hard surface. And what they do is they end up hurting their feet a lot. So this is going to be focused on feet and ankles, a little bit of knees and hips too. So just hang out here. Let's just hold for a little bit, and you can start to tick-tock that leg side to side. This is designed to be done before and after. It's super easy. Save this video. I think I made it downloadable even. I'm not even sure if I did, but if I didn't, I apologize. But save it in your queue so that you have it at least easily available. And make sure to subscribe also. And go side to side and just kind of hang out and, open up that leg. Okay, and now from here, you're going to flex that foot and point. So we're going to work on the ankle a little bit to begin. You're going to feel that stretch to the back of the calf, the back of the knee, the back of the thigh. Wherever you're holding that tension is usually where you're going to feel this. And we're just going to go back and forth a few times here. And I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. And I'm sorry if this is a little bit rushed. And now we're just going to do a little circles. I just feel like if it's over 10 minutes, I'm going to try to keep it to 5, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. People just are not going to want to do it. But oh my gosh, can you imagine if you did this and then you prevented an injury that that would be amazing, right? So just think of that. Think of this as injury prevention. If you don't spend the 5 or 10 minutes pre and post, even if it's just before, I would prefer at least do this before you play. It's better than being out for weeks because you got injured, right? It's becoming super popular. I've also heard of this other sport called padel, which is kind of a mix of tennis and pickleball. So you're going to feel how this warms up your calf and your ankle, right? Which is what you want if you're about to go out and play. Okay. And just kind of do any other movement here that feels good. You can kind of pull that leg forwards and back. Okay. And just stretching it out, opening it up. And I'm kind of pulling down as I pull it in. So it's kind of like trying to seat this hip down. And then if you're feeling like your hip flexors are really tight, you can take your opposite arm, push that thigh away, and that feels really good too. And then you should feel your back open up. Now from here, you're gonna take a little twist, okay? You're gonna twist over, let that leg open up. Let that feel good. And just kind of breathe there. So yeah, it is important. It's so easy to not warm up. You can just, if you're at the court and you just put this video on, while you're waiting for everybody else to show up, take a mat with you or something if there isn't a soft surface, and just get started on stretching. I bet you if you start doing it, everybody else around you is going to do it. Okay, just kind of move around. I'm just kind of moving the leg around a little bit here. Good. And then from here, you're going to bring it up. And these seem very basic, but they're so easy to not do. You forget how much you don't do these. You think that, oh yeah, no, I'll be good because I used to do them a lot. And it's not true. You start to do them again and you're like, oh wow, I haven't done this for a while. I also think that since like this whole like shutdown, it's like everybody just forgets just how nice it was to be consistent with the workout. So we've forgotten a lot of things that we used to do. I'm just kind of moving that leg in and out, guys. Okay, I'm going to take it back over to the right. So we're going to go back over to the right, and then we're going to go back over to the left. And I'm just kind of guiding my leg, and I'm holding on to it so I don't make the hips tighter, right? I don't want my hip flexor to be working. I just want some mobility here. I want my hips to be loose. I want everything to be open so that my back doesn't get pulled on, right? Okay, now from here, guys, you're going to keep your hand on that strap. You're going to drop your leg over to the right. You're going to put your left hand behind your head, and you're going to just lift your chest up, okay? So a little ab work here, and then lower. And you can use, you've got your leg with your right hand. You can kind of use your right elbow on the floor to lift a little higher. So now we're working our core in a rotational position, which any sport has rotation. So you want to strengthen that core in a rotated position while the hip is opening, right? While the spine is twisting and deepening the core strength there. So let's go up and down for about 30 more seconds. And I'm just really feeling the abs here, trying to pull up with both sides and really squeezing up, getting up there. I'm trying to stay squared as I lift. I'm not turning. If anything, I'd rather have you turn to the opposite direction of your foot. So I've got my right leg with my hand. So I'm trying to go a little maybe to the left or just straight up and up and down. I can't believe that I'm actually able to do this as well as I am, because when I first started doing these twisted ab works, they were so hard. I think we went a little longer than I thought. That's okay. 3, 2, hold. Okay, and just kind of hold that stretch, lift a little higher. 3, 2, and then release. Okay, just grab that leg, kind of pull it to your chest for a second, kind of go side to side, make a little circle. You're gonna feel some of those areas that are tight. As stuff starts to open up, you're gonna feel new areas. So you're just trying to get through all those little like nooks and crannies, get it a little more opened up, get it loosened up. Okay, and now we're gonna switch sides. So take it onto your right leg, and I could just easily say, oh, just repeat this video, rewind it and do it. No, let's just do both sides of the video so you don't have to sit there and rewind. I don't like videos like that. I like the video, like I want the person to do it with me. All right, so you're gonna hold here. You're just gonna kind of work on finding just a little bit of movement side to side. Okay, and then we're gonna just start to add that point and that flex of that foot. And you're gonna feel how that starts to warm up the calf muscle, the Achilles. So, you know, when you're in this position, you can really look at your foot, how it's tracking. If it's throwing out to the side like that, you've got to look at, okay, well, what's happening with my knee and my hip? Because if your foot's turned out and you can't turn the foot in without this happening, you got to start working on unwinding that leg a little bit, because that's one of the things that will eventually potentially lead you to an injury. I like Rolfing for that stuff to get it worked out more, but just pay attention to your like your little bone right here where your toe is, to the inner thigh, and then your groin right here. That's kind of the line that you want here, just pointing and flexing, warming up the Achilles, right? This is an action that you're going to be end up doing on the floor when you're running forward. You're toeing off, you're going back, you're toeing off, you're going back. And then let's just start with those like little circles here and just moving through. Okay, move the strap as you need and let that feel good. So again, I designed this to be really short and sweet, and I could spend like so much time on this, you know, but again, if I do it for too long, you guys aren't going to sit there and do this for like 30 minutes, right? Doing yoga is helpful, but you do need something really right before, and I would say right after, to keep everything healthy. Do you guys feel how that heats up the foot and the leg and everything, right? And just keep going that nice circle here. Few more here. Okay, and then we're gonna rotate it over. I'm gonna actually start to straighten my left leg here. Now ready, you're gonna twist it over, looking over to the right. So I'm twisted to my left with my lower body, my upper body to the right. And you're gonna feel that stretch, and kind of move that leg around. Anything that feels good here. You know, some of you are gonna feel this in your back when you twist. Some are gonna feel it in your glute muscles, some in your hamstrings. It's incredible. Some people won't feel it in their legs at all. They'll feel it in their back, which probably means that you do need to really stretch. You know, you don't want to be pulling on your back. I feel it more in my legs, which is, I would say, better, because it probably means that I am using my legs versus my back when I'm doing stuff. Good. Now we're going to go back and forth a few times. So just kind of keep pulling that up and down. And then you're going to kind of bring that leg up. You're going to swing it open, let that stretch here for a second, and then we'll go back and forth a few times like we did on the other side. So super important stuff. You know, you want to warm up your body and take care of it. I know it seems like anybody could do a pickleball, but it's actually a really dynamic sport. And you're having so much fun, and the paddles are so small. So you feel like, oh, you know, it's no big deal. I'll just run and hit this ball. But it can be, you know, it can be tough. So, okay, now let's go side to side a few times, and we'll do that ab workout. It's like a little tiny abdominal activation, right? We're not going crazy. Good. I'm allowing my hips to move, by the way. I'm not just trying to keep them static. I'm just kind of letting everything move and open just to feel out where my body is. And then we'll add that stability here in a second. Okay. Let's do one more, and then we're going to go over to the left. Okay. Now your right hand will go behind your head, and you're going to lift your chest up and down. And I love this because when you lift your chest up and down, you could feel a deeper stretch in that outer hip. Up. Good. And squeeze. And up. And down. And up. And down. Just move on through that. Up and down. We're going to go for about 30 more seconds, guys. We've got just a few more things to do here, and then you'll be all good to go and play pickleball, whatever sport that you want. Just getting everything a little more opened up. I was trying to figure out how to do everything so that we're not taking up too much time. I was like, well, we'll twist and we'll do our abs at the same time. It's so easy just to move along your back here. I want you to really squeeze and then lower. And then lower. And then exhale, lift and lower. And lift and lower. A few more. Good. Keep pulling on that leg. We're going to put the balls under our feet, do a little bit of glute bridging in 3, 2, and then release. All right, so let's do a little bit of glute bridging. Again, I'm trying to combine work with the stretch so that you guys can get some glute activation, some abdominal activation while you're stretching. I'm going to use my yoga ball. Now for this one here, if you are doing it on the weight, I really want you to be careful where you put it. I would not put the whole foot on there. Oopsies. If you are using a weight, you're either going to do the heel down or the toe down. You're not going to put your whole weight on this because that's just going to be too much. With the balls, you can put your whole foot on there if you want to. You're going to love this because it's going to provide some instability. As you can see, I'm struggling. Okay, both feet are going to be down on those balls, about hip width apart, and you're going to bridge up. Okay, you're going to just kind of hold there, and you can kind of feel and roll your feet a little bit here. And I love this because I'm getting a little bit of my hips opened up in the front, getting a little glute activation, getting some balance. And I'm massaging my feet at the same time, right? It's great. Okay, just kind of move along those feet. If you have anything really tight, like if you're doing this and you're like, oh my God, that's really tight there, stand up and put the ball on your foot and do this standing and get rid of that tight area because that's going to be a problem for you later. Okay, and then keep rolling it out. I'm just going to roll it back here on the mat so I'm not juggling against the seam there with the floor. Okay, and you're just going to kind of hang out here. Now from here, I'm going to find a spot that I feel like is like gonna get me good, and your heels can be pretty far back, your knees can be forwards here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and down with the butt and press. I'm only gonna press through the balls and press and down and press, and you'll feel as you do this, you start to get deeper into it, and you'll feel how like I'm on the front pad right now because that's where I feel like I need it, and I could feel on my left the fingers starting to like kind of warm up and kind of fall open, right? Because they were just a little bit bunched up, probably from shoes. Good. Keep going up and down. You're going to feel a little bit of the front of the legs working, just like not working, but stretching. And press. Make sure you're not using your back here, so we're not like hip thrusting, right? We got a little bit of a tuck of the pelvis here. Good. A few more. Woohoo. I love this. This is starting to feel like nums. So you guys can go as long. You can pause it and you can go longer if you want. I'm going to roll to the inner edges of my feet now and get the arches. So I'm just kind of bridging up and down on these balls wherever I feel the tension is, right? Keep going. Just a few more here. Good. 3. Ooh, I love this. 2. 1 more. Now lower the butt down and let's just put the feet on the ground. You're going to feel like really grounded here now. Okay, and you're going to do the same thing up here. You're going to bridge up. And I want you to find your butt and I want you to take your pelvis. You're going to drop it and go around to the right. Drop it and go around to the left. So I'm just trying to combine, movements to help open up and then maybe, open up the fascia and then sort of work into stabilizing the fascia back together, right? So we're going to go drop it over to the right, and you can go a little faster if you want. So I'm just going over to the right to left. My knees are staying relatively still. There's nothing crazy here. And you're going to feel a little bit of those glutes working. Good. Let's just go for about another minute and then you'll be all done. I said 10 minutes and it's like going to be like a 15-minute video. I'm so sorry, but I can't help myself. You need to take your time with this stuff. We're going to do one more thing here. Let's go a little shorter than a minute. Let's go just for about 20 more seconds here. And then we're going to do a double leg stretch, which is different than it sounds. It's a Pilates movement, but we're just going to do the first part of it. And that's just to get your core a little active before you run off to play pickleball. Okay, 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2. Now butt goes down. Okay, bring your legs tabletop. Grab the tops of your shins like Lego grip, like this. I don't want your thumbs. I want here, and you're going to press yourself forwards. Now, I always cue the knees over the hips because I really want you guys to work on being able to lift up and like really feel that deep abdominal. You can absolutely have your legs back like this and do it. I really like to get my legs kind of forwards here. And traditionally you grab the ankles when you lift. So you're like right about here. I'm gonna have you grab a little closer to the knees and lift and push away. Now feel equal on both sides if you can, and you're gonna feel your abs kick in. I already feel mine. Options here. You can either stay here or put one hand behind the head. Or if you want to kind of work on your abs a little bit, take the hands off, put it back on. Exhale, and then back on. You're going to feel your abs shaking. Put it back on. If your neck bothers you, take one hand behind the head. Good. Core activation. 3. You can feel his abs shake, right? 2. It's a lot harder than it looks. Or just hold. That's plenty work. Now, from here, let's put the hands behind the head. Okay, let's lift the chest up and down. Your legs should feel pretty good here. There should be no tension in the hips. If there is, put the feet down. Almost there, guys. 8, 7, just working through. 6. And I want to know how you guys feel after you do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then release. Awesome job, you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Enjoy playing pickleball or padel or tennis or whatever it is. For tennis, I probably would have done a little more of the upper bike, so it is a little bit of a harder hit, but this is still really good for that lower body. Let's windshield wipe the knees side to side. But anyways, guys, I hope this helps. Ooh, I got a little adjustment there. That felt good. Yeah, definitely take your knees side to side because you're going to feel after all that work, you might get a nice little adjustment in your back. So anyways, awesome job, you guys.